All right, so we have our, oh, let me open this. Okay, we're gonna be making green chile today. So I have 3 of these green tomatoes. Sorry, 4 of these green tomatoes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these jalapenos and some salt. That's all how I'm making my chile there. Then I got my beans, rice, my seasoning for my rice. I have my cheese here, Monterey Jack block cheese. I have my corn tortillas, and I have my avocado. Let's start cooking. Okay, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and peel my green tomatoes. Put them in a bowl. Alright, got them in the bowl. Now I'm going to rinse them and rub them because they are sticky after you peel them. So I'm going to go ahead and just rinse them off and rub that stickiness off. Okay, got these rinsed off. Now I'm going to throw my chiles. Well, first I'm going to take off all the stems off of my chile and throw them in the bowl. So let me just do that. I may need my other hand, so be right back. Got my stems off of my chiles. Now I'm going to rinse everything that's in my bowl. Alright, I'm going to take the washed chiles and the tomatoes and put them in my pot here. I'm going to put some water in my pot just to cover these. About half the pot. Now I'm going to take my ingredients here and put them on my range and set my range to 5. And I'm just going to let these come to a boil. Once I see the tomatoes starting to kind of open up, like burst in spots, I'll go ahead and remove them from the heat, but you will see what it looks like. Okay, my chiles and my tomatoes look about done, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. As you can see, the chiles are soft and breaking, so I'm going to go ahead and get them out. I got my little food processor here. Got this from Amazon, y'all, and it was not expensive. I don't know how much it was, but it was not expensive. I'm going to go ahead and leave it unplugged until I have all my ingredients in here and ready to chop up. Okay, I'm going to get my tongs and just get my chiles out and plop them in here. Now my tomatoes, being very careful because they're going to fall apart. Okay, switching to a spoon. I'm going to spoon them out and plop them in here. I'm going to add in just a little bit of my water. Not a whole lot because I don't want runny chile. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit just so there's moisture in here mixing with the ingredients, just like so. And we're going to start off with a little bit of water at first. Now I'm going to put my lid and then plug it in. Alright, now I'm going to give it a chop. If you don't have one of these, a blender works just fine. Once it is chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. Not a whole lot, just a little bit for flavor. Okay, I just chopped it up a little bit more with that salt in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and unplug. Take off my lid. And be careful. Do not lean right over it because it will be very spicy smelling and you don't want to burn your eyes or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in a container. Alright, chile is done. That's it. Just the chiles, the tomato, and salt, and very little water. That's how you get that good consistency. I bet it is super hot. I don't want to try it right now. I'm kind of scared. Okay, I'm going to start my rice. So I have my pot here, going to set my range to 5. Going to take my non-stick vegetable oil spray and spray my pan. My vegetable oil. Put some in there. 2 cups of rice. Gonna stir up that rice so it can get coated in that vegetable oil. Then I'm going to make a even layer of the rice on the bottom so that it can start to cook. Okay, I see some brownness peeking through underneath the rice. That tells me, as you can see the brownness, that tells me that I need to stir my rice. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. Okay, that is enough brownness for me. If you want it browner, by all means do it. I'm going to go ahead and get my mixture ready to throw in here. 2 tablespoons. Three cups of water. The water that I'm going to be using is hot tap water from my sink. And I'm going to be doing 3 cups in my big cup here. This is the 3rd cup. And I'm going to give that a stir. And I'm going to carefully pour it into my rice, like so. Give my rice a stir. And I'm going to put the lid on it and lower my heat down to 3. And leave it alone. Okay, checking up on my rice here. It is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and add some water to it. I have 1 cup of hot tap water. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my rice. And I'm going to just scratch the bottom of the pan. I'm not going to stir. Just going to scratch the bottom of the pan. Like that. And then just make sure it's even. Like so. And I'm going to cover it back up. My rice for the final time. My rice looks really good, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my range, keep them covered, and I'm going to remove them from the element that they were cooking on and just let them sit there, and they are done. Alright, so my beans, I did cook them overnight, not overnight, I'm sorry, last night, and all I did was I put bacon grease in them. I haven't even seasoned them yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of my beans here, and I'm going to just put them in a smaller pan because I'm going to smash them. And I'll just determine how much beans we'll be using. And maybe 3. I don't want them to burn, so I'll take about that much, maybe 1 more scoop. We'll do 1 more scoop. Alright, going to add some salt to my beans, just a little bit because they can get salty fast because I did cook them with bacon grease. And beans, you can cook them with bacon grease, You can cook them with actual pieces of bacon. They sell those like the pork packs that you can throw in your beans also. I did just cook them with bacon grease. So they are already a little bit salted because of the grease. So I just be cautious with the salt. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a stir. And then get my smasher so I can start smashing these up. A faster way, instead of smashing them, would be to put them in a blender or a food processor. I like that way also, but because I made my chile already in the food processor, I don't want my beans to be spicy, and I don't feel like washing my container from my food processor and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to do the old-fashioned way and just smash them. I need to buy me a plastic smasher because this, I know it's like scratching my pans, and I mean, I guess it's alright, but I do need to buy a plastic one. So anyways, back to my story. I'm just going to smash these up. I'll be back in 1 second while I smash up these beans. Alright, my beans are done. They are bubbling. They are done. They are hot and ready to eat. Going to give them a stir and just remove them from the heat. I'm going to get my pan ready for my quesadillas. So here's my pan here. I'm going to turn my range to 5. I'm going to spray my non-stick vegetable oil spray. Add some vegetable oil. Well, I might need more than this, so I'm going to get my bottle. Okay, got my oil in here. I got quite a bit, so just to give you an idea how much I have, I'm going to let that sit there and warm up while I'm cutting my cheese. Okay, got my cheese here. I'm going to just open the packaging and start to cut these up. Okay, great. Got my cheese sliced up. I just sliced it, got it rectangular and started cutting it this way. So I have about 25 pieces of cheese here. Grabbing my tortillas, taking them over to my now really hot pan. As you can see, it's water-like, meaning it's very hot, so be very careful. And got my tortillas here, and I'm going to just plop one in the pan. I am going to have a plate here with some napkins to be ready for whenever my tortillas are done, because they are going to cook pretty quickly, so just beware of that. I'm going to be plopping them onto here. I don't want them to get hard. I want them to be soft. So I'm going to just let them cook just a little while. Like so. Not very long at all. Like maybe 30 seconds. And I'm going to plop the first one here. I'm going to show the second one. So I'm just going to plop it in the oil, hold my spatula on it, shake it up a little bit. Like, it really doesn't take any time at all. And that's the second one. I can show one more. Here's the third one. Just gonna plop it in there, shake it up with my spatula, and it cooks really quick. So I would not recommend leaving this in the pan while you walk away to go do something else, because then you're gonna have a chalupa instead of like a quesadilla type of taco. So that's my third one. I guess I can show one more. Here's my fourth one, because they're really cooking up really quickly. So I mean, this is a super fast meal for sure. Again, do not walk away, do not do anything else while your corn tortilla is cooking, because you will come back and it's gonna be burnt. Okay, so I have a container here that I'm going to be putting my quesadillas in. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the ones that are done. I'm going to take a piece of cheese, put it to one side, and close it up. Like so. Take my second one, put a piece of cheese, close it up. And I'll show you the fourth one. And I'm just going to do this with all of my corn tortillas. So I cook a few, so these are the 4 that I cooked. And then I come do this, and then I'll go cook some more. Just so these are still hot, and they're going to melt that cheese. So I'm going to leave those there and continue this process. Got my first layer underneath, so I'm going to go ahead and start this way now. And layering the top ones. But they are looking really nice. I mean, you can see. Ooh, yum.
Okay. It's right. It looks like that song sounds like the same. You want it with Chile, or you just been doing it for the picture?
Yum! This is the finished product. If you like this video, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day!